Work and energy. Learning about the inclined plane. The inclined plane. Which one do you think is an easier way to load a drum of oil on the truck? Two persons are lifting the object in order to load it on a truck. One person is able to load it easily on the truck using a plank. A plank used in this way is called an inclined plane. An inclined plane is a surface reaching from one level to a higher level. Objects that are too heavy to be lifted can be pushed or rolled up with an inclined plane. Roads in hilly regions and ramps are examples of an inclined plane. A staircase is also an inclined plane with steps. Flyovers over roads or railway lines are also inclined planes. You are familiar with a screw. A screw is another common application of the inclined plane. The threads of a screw may be considered as an inclined plane wrapped around the axis of a cylinder. A jack used to lift a car or a truck for changing wheels is also an example of an inclined plane. In fact, a jack is a screw. A wedge is another application of the inclined plane that moves. Most wedges, a woodcutter's wedge, a chisel, a knife, a razor blade, or an axle, are made of two inclined planes. You may move an object up an inclined plane. You move a wedge through the object. For example, during the slicing of a mango, the knife is moved through the mango. The wheel and axle. The wheel is often used to reduce friction. When a wheel is used with an axle, it is considered to be a simple machine. An axle itself is a form of a wheel. Therefore, a wheel and axle consists of two wheels of different diameters which are attached together. It may also consist of a larger wheel attached to a smaller axle or a long handle attached to an axle. Common examples of wheel and axle are a steering wheel of a motor car, bicycle pedal, and doorknobs. The pulley. Pulleys are mostly used to lift objects. A pulley changes the direction of the applied force and thus makes our task easier. For example, the direction of the force applied by the person is downwards. However, through the pulley, the direction of the applied force is changed to act upwards. Thus, as the force acting on the weight is upwards, it moves upwards. A simple pulley consists of a wheel that rotates around a fixed point called fulcrum. A rope, a string, a chain, or a belt passing over the pulley, as in a flour mill, that is atta chakki, are used to connect the load and the applied force. A single pulley is, in fact, a lever of the first class that rotates around a fixed point, fulcrum. A combination of pulleys may be used to lift a heavy load with a small force. You might have seen a crane lifting heavy loads. Crane is an application of the principle of pulleys. Note that though the weight is being pulled by using a pulley, the force is applied downwards. Archimedes. Archimedes is credited with being the true originator of lever as a machine. His famous words are, "Give me a fulcrum on which to rest a lever, and I will move the world." Archimedes was a great Greek scientist and mathematician. He was born at Syracuse in Sicily in 287 BC and studied at Alexandria. His work in the field of geometry and mechanics made him famous. Archimedes died in 212 BC. Archimedes, a famous scientist of ancient times, is said to be the true originator of lever as a machine. Summary. The levers are of three classes. The arrangement of the load, the effort, and the fulcrum is different in different classes of levers. An inclined plane helps us to roll up heavy objects. The screw is a combination of an inclined plane and a cylinder. The wedge is an inclined plane that moves. Pulleys are used to change the direction of an applied force. That is all in this subtopic. Let us learn about work and energy in our next topic.